We've also had this week news that the FBI, when they raided John Bolton's D.C. office, we remember when that happened a number of weeks ago, found classified documents. Now, you mentioned Adam Schiff before. He was one of the people who said, well, you know, this is a huge problem for Donald Trump because there was classified material at Mar-a-Lago, but he's a classifying authority. This would seem to say that, well, this exposes the left and the Democrats and saying, well, John Bolton should be treated just the same as they wanted to treat Donald Trump.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, that case, the Bolton case, is still to go through the courts. But certainly the allegations are that he had classified material in his office and I think in his home. And presumably he was using that material to write his book, I think it was like Inside the Room or something, which was very anti-Donald Trump. John Bolton was very sore because Donald Trump got rid of him, and he thought that he was a crazy war hawk and just wanted more blood and mayhem. And that was true enough. I mean, he's an old neocon, and that's not what the MAGA base wants anymore. It's certainly not what Donald Trump favors. And so they fell out quite spectacularly. And sure. John Bolton wrote this warts and all book. And, it's very different, a president having classified material, or former president, because he's perfectly entitled to classify or declassify anything he likes. And so that's what Donald Trump claimed. And in the end, Donald Trump was not prosecuted for handling classified information. The person who was guilty, certainly there was information that the prosecutor, the special prosecutor looking into him, Robert Hur, found that there was plenty of evidence to show that Joe Biden had squirreled away classified information that he should not have, including during the time when he was senator. And yet Robert Hur said, but we're not going to go ahead and charge him because it's unlikely a jury would find him guilty because they'd see him as an elderly man with a poor memory. So he got away with that.
No, we all remember all of the photos and vision of all those boxes stacked up next to the classic Corvette in Delaware. Hey, Miranda, before I let you go, the reason why I wanted you on the show when I originally invited you on this week was to talk about the Charlie Kirk Memorial, which you had the privilege to attend. And I still want to talk about that a bit. You were there in the arena. I just love, we spoke about this before, but I'd love you to share with our viewers your feelings and your thoughts about what happened there in that arena, because it was such a special thing. Your perspective on Charlie Kirk and his legacy, and what those hundreds of thousands of people who were there and the millions who were watching are going out now and doing in terms of taking that positive conservative message out to America and the world.
Yeah, I was actually right opposite the arena in the Fox setup. But look, an incredible occasion. And I think Erica Kirk's speech, in which she forgave the murderer of her husband, the assassin, was something that none of us will see again. And I certainly have never felt the emotion that everyone in that room felt. And it's I think the ripple effect going from Charlie Kirk's assassination has really affected the entire country. And I've heard from people in Australia and across the world as well, that he was really a modern day martyr. And he was a conservative youth leader, but he was also a Christian evangelist. And he reached many people on campuses. He would just go and he would debate them civilly and courteously and just put up facts. And he has been so badly character assassinated during the period before his death until he was finally assassinated. And I think that a lot of people now are looking back at his words and the thousands of hours of videotape that was made of his debates and his speeches and his books and his daily podcast, and saying, oh, they were wrong, that they were lied to, that the media lied and said that he wanted stone gays or that he was racist. None of that. It was all taken out of context and twisted. So he really had a message of love, and he was a warrior, a conservative warrior, but he was really about people, encouraging young people to get married and have children and lead a happy and fulfilling life, and particularly to young men, just like the young man who ended up murdering him.
Absolutely, Miranda. Thank you so much for your time.